Hello, this is our VOD review for Gamer, and we are looking at his Kali. So we're going to see the mistakes he makes and, criticize some of the things. Defend on the enemy team. Alright.
Minions have spawned.
Alright, so you're saying, before we start, it's always good putting your map, like, near you, especially as a newer player. For my taste, for my OCD taste, this is way too close though. I think right here is a good area. A lot of pro players, or some pro players, I would say in North America, have theirs default, but some EU puts it here. I don't think I've ever seen it here before. I could be mistaken. There could be people who play it there. As long as it doesn't like hurt your ability to like throw abilities or like blink, because right here, I feel like it blocks your vision like in front of you. You're doing a mistake right now. Right now, you should be charging up your attack chain for your big attack chain. You should be autoing before like the buff spawns, because you want your big auto, and then you want to like go to the back of it and throw your knives. So let's see what you do here. For one, you missed one of the minions. You had to do the big auto on the big one. Uh, Go not towards the back of it, towards the left of it, like you're doing, and throw all three of your knives, like through all three of them. Because of that, you probably threw two unnecessary autos. You would have cleared it probably two autos quicker. Three autos into the 1 day or two. Your clear time should still be pretty good. You have mannequins, and remember what I said last time. When you have mannequins, especially on someone with low cooldowns like Kali, you don't need to go Hand of the Gods. Like, if you were Kali with you would need Hand of the Gods, but in this situation, you don't need it because you have mannequins. Perfect. You cleared the harpies perfectly for having mannequins. Here you should try to get an early blink on Chung. This is gonna force her to probably get her second ability, and she might use her relic. I don't think she has to, but a lot of mid laners will just burn it just in case. So you should immediately just blink on Chung here, right? Possibly force out her relic and get her to get her second ability here. Because if she gets her three, they're gonna have pressure for days. Okay, you saved the day. You blinked, and she got her second ability. Unfortunately, you got a big poke. You might need to use a health potion soon. So, right here, you should be looking at the right harpies. Because Stana is a very, very aggressive jungler. So you should immediately get these off the map so Thana doesn't rotate to them. Remember, they have a lot of sustain. Thoth does not have as much sustain as Thanatos and Chung, so you need to go to those ASAP right now. You're wasting too much time staying in lane. You have to realize who your opposition is, and you have to like dedicate yourself to getting these neutrals off the map right now. In some situations, if you think you'll win the fight, uh, interesting. 114. Uh, if you think you'll win the fight, you could continue to pressure. But I'm telling you right now, Chung and Thana way too much sustain. You did get Chung's relic. You did get her to get the wrong ability. However, now you need to go for the neutrals. You're wasting too much time. At this point, he probably already cleared the left, saying he's probably coming mid. They're gonna sustain up. You guys are gonna get outpoked. You really need to get these neutrals off the map. Like, it should be this wave. You could go for the neutrals and still split the wave with Thoth, but you're taking way too long. Thanos should be coming about now. Off of over here. I'm surprised he hasn't. Oh, there he is. Alright, so you know he did the lefts, probably. Unlucky scythe. Usually I would say not to, but you should have threw your knives at the archers around 3 seconds ago to get pressure, because if you get pressure, you have mannequins, you go right, you can clear those rights before they could get there. Now you're giving up pressure, and they're going to have pressure because you have a Thoth, and Thoth can't fight that well early. Chang and Thana are very too early aggressive gods. You should not be throwing your abilities at Thanatos. He heals it all up. Unless you're fully going to commit to Thanatos, you should not use your abilities. This is one of the times where I say you should hold your abilities. You see all the sustain they have? Your objective is to get to mid-game and get all these neutrals off the map right now. You could have earlier probably gotten pressure by either going to the rights and doing the rights and throwing your knives at the archers, and then that would have probably given your Thoth an easier time in lane. But now it's going to be very difficult. They are going to go for the rights after poking you out here. That was a weird animation glitch right there. I assume after this wave they're going to go for rights. At this point, I would just save your knives. They already have pressure. I'm pretty sure they already get the rights, so you should be looking towards... If he goes for these, you should honestly invade, because his backs are up, so if you invade here, you get here, 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 and here. Like, you get this entire neutral XP farm. In exchange, he'll only get these. I don't think at Thanos' level... If he's looking over here and you go here, I think he'll just path right up to his backs, and then he'll see them missing. And by that point, you would have already done your backs, and you would have an advantage over him, even though he got the mid camps. And I would just, like right now, he should be looking towards it, and you should be pathing this way, right? You shouldn't be autoing, you shouldn't be helping him clear the wave at this point. The only thing you should be doing is be looking at Thanos' back camps right now. Because they're distracted, they're going for rights. They could do rights, oracles, and gank. However, you inform your duo lane, they're on the right, and you say you're invading, so they back off, and then you get more XP overall. Now it's too late. Now you just want to go to your... Backing here isn't optimal either. And doing this constant 2v2, which this is a losing 2v2, it just gives them pressure, and it's going to give them an opportunity to invade you. If they're smart, I don't think they are going to, but they should be looking at red right now. They see the duo lanes up here. They could be looking to invade your backs. They should be looking to invade the red buff, though. That would be the appropriate call. I'm assuming he invaded your... you cleared it wrong again. That's not how you clear with knives. You auto, you go to the left, and you throw all your knives to roll 3 of them. Every god has a slightly different way of clearing. Alright, he did invade. I wouldn't say the Thanatos is quote-unquote trash, but he could have definitely made a slightly better decision. That Bologna has mannequins? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I saw the mannequins pop up there. You should be looking to stun her. You just Yep. He's dead. Nice. In my opinion, you should have probably used your stun first, and then the Thoth uses his, because his does damage. I don't know why you're waiting around the corner right now. Honestly, just clear it with or without him. He's level 5, you're level 4, you need the experience. Honestly, you should have gotten the solo clear right there. You should be clearing your back camps. You should be doing these right now. When there's XP on the map and you have enough to clear, as Kali, you should definitely clear, right? The Thana knows your red's down, he's not going to be in your bottom right jungle. When you get out Beso, you always want to probably prioritize these over these. So if you clear these two, you could have backed and gotten these, and overall you would have gotten more experience. Now this is sitting here and doing nothing, right? Again, clearing slightly off. The first time you cleared it right, but you know, you auto, you go to the left, you hit them all. Faster clear. Right here, I would honestly say you should be at his blue waiting. Because if Thanatos is smart, Thanatos is looking to gank the Achilles and look for blue pressure, since they did that last time. I think him ganking duo right now is a mistake, and him ganking mid lane is a mistake. He might, but the appropriate action is to get the blue buff. You did one auto in the air, unfortunately. Jesus, that was a good snipe by Thoth. Yeah, the Thana did the wrong call. One, he was late. Two, the entire time he could have been trying to get blue pressure and could possibly killed Achilles. So he just wasted his ultimate, didn't really do anything there. I don't know. I'm not sure what the point of that was. You didn't split the backs, the archers. You didn't get XP. You just stood there, and you know you don't have kill potential on Thanatos right now. So, see, on your even knows, and he's just like clearing your back camps because you're not clearing them. You're wasting so much time. You know your support's low. Your Onyr's behind you. So even if you blink in, unless you could get a solo kill here, you're not going to kill, right? Yeah. You did get the Aegis, or Onyr got the Aegis, so that's good. At this point, you should be backing off. I'm not sure why he's still trying to trade here. If this was me, I did that. Right now, I'd do a spicy play. I would try blink Uller auto into him, and that would probably kill him. However, you have to stop doing these blind twos. Like, his second ability is something that requires setup from your 3 or a blink in melee range. Yeah, you overstood, but do you already know you overstood? I may have wasted blink there. I'm pretty sure you die regardless. There's like 20 better things you could have been doing on the map there. Wait, let me rewind this. So you guys are saying, wait, let me go back to the beginning of when you were ganking here. You know your support's low and doesn't have mana. You know their support is slightly over half and he has full mana. You know Thanatos is right here. And you know your Onyr is behind you, so he can't follow up immediately. This is a really bad gank. Also, you didn't hit your 2 correctly when you stunned him. Now, once you see Uller here, and your Onyr's still not here, my first thing would be, okay, I need to get out right now. I have my speed up, I have my backs up, the purple's up, so if we fail this, they can invade and they could get a lead. Like, there's so much that could go wrong here. if you wanted to, instead of looking for a gank, you could have looked for oracles. Or you could have backed and did your entire jungle. But this is not a good gank. Also, that's not a good jump. Either. At this point, I'm like, alright, everything's over. I'm getting out. There's nothing to gain here. You know Phantos was over here. He's routing this way. It's very dangerous for you to stay. You should not be pushing up right now. There's a million better things on the map to do. The only thing this does is risk your purple, your red, and you guys dying. You are risking the entire map right now for no reason. Right? And Thanos should... He is behind you. Because we know he was routing this way. That was on the map. If I did try to look for a blink, though, I would probably blink this way, right? I would blink towards my teammates. Because now they have to go this way to try and save you. So, if you were looking to a blink to begin with, I would have not blinked upper. You're running away from your team. And this gives them a way harder pathing. In my opinion, your next item should be Quinn's Eyes. Your Thoth really got sniping. Alright, you're going to your jungle. Alright, you missed one of the minions again, but, you know, that's the last time I'm going to bring it up, because you already know you're clearing that wrong. It's okay to wait 1 second on Knife's cooldown. Alright, you see she's pushed up right now. You could bait things here. This is a fine gank. You step back for a second. You don't have kill potential here. You were doing that to bait. You weren't doing that to kill. Also, you just walked back into her. You know your one ability from dying? That was just a bad decision. Like, you skipped your backs. However, your original decision, I'm rewinding here because it was correct, right? This part's good. All of this is good. Now, going this way, that's one step that you shouldn't have taken. And now you got her ultimate, right? At this point, if you're not body... If she, like, keeps on backing up here, I would probably stop committing. Right? Because you have to know, she still has her abilities to use. I would just let your Thoth clean up here. And even now, it's not too late to run away. You shouldn't be looking for the kill. Because Thoth has that kill guaranteed. So backing up here is a very bad idea. You're 72 HP, one ability kills you. You don't have your 2 yet, you don't have your 3 yet, you have your 1. Even if you jump on her right now, she does not die. Yep. You shouldn't be going for hasten second. Good spike is Quinn's Size. It might be better in lower level games to just go hastens because Kali, in my opinion, is pretty difficult to play. Oh. The bot is recommending that. Yeah, I personally would never go hasten that early. Crusher, Quinn's Size. I would go tier 2 Odysseus bow, not tier 3. So this is how you build Kali. You either go one to starter. Honestly, all the starters work on Kali. But if you want to go mannequins, you go mannequins, Crusher, Quinn's Size, Tier 2 Odysseus Bow, Hasten Katana, and then Serrated Edge, right? And then at the end, you finish your Odysseus Bow. You're not building Hasten Katana second. I'm not sure why all these mentor builds are just all over the place. Possibly because they thought for newer players, like, it'd be it'd be way easier. I guess, because Hasten Katana used to be known as a crutch item. Remember, you want all your knives to hit these. At this point in the game, it doesn't matter. But, like, earlier in the game, it did matter. Alright, so you're just probably going to clear these harpies. This Chong is continuously has pressure. You should be definitely trying to punish her. They definitely have a word right here. That's why she backed up. So if I were you, I would probably get a sentry next back and try a sentry this. I would be looking towards right now. They're under tower mid. Can't really do anything. You could possibly do something right. You could, honestly, yeah, this is a really good gank right now. You have to remember, you can't be autoing the air. You have to walk up to him and auto attack him. That is the biggest mistake I see, I would say, newer or more experienced players make. They auto early, and that, like, cripples their movement speed. It happens a lot on Kali too, very auto-based. Alright, you did that one fine. Clearing-wise. With ultimate, you definitely either kill Thander right now, or you bait his ultimate, but you don't know where their team is, right? You want to get out. Alright, you're just wasting time right now. You should get your back off before the Thanto, so you do your jungle routing a bit quicker. And 10 minutes into the game, I would stop getting mana potions completely. I think it's just crippling your gold right now. This time, okay, this is actually the last time I'm going to say it. But this time you missed almost all the minions with your 2. Gotta work on clearing. I would probably went for the blue just because it gives more XP overall, unless you're looking to invade. If you're looking to invade right now, then, like, this is fine. Okay, that was useless. You know he's all over here. You should be looking to invade this. If Chang's under tower, why are you jumping on her? I don't even know why she used any abilities there. You should be looking at his back camps and probably his speed too. Because Thanos in right lane for a super long time, and he's not getting punished for it. Hopefully, oh, no, I don't think you'll be able to punish this Uller if he plays right. Unless he just, oh, yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure you could self-analyze that of what the mistake was. You stunned him and missed your ability, but I guess it happens. At this point, I would just go for the purple. Right? You cannot kill this Uller. It is not possible to kill this Uller. You missed your opportunity to invade the purple buff, so they're gonna run you down now, and you need to, like, get out ASAP. I do agree you're not making the greatest decisions. Like, it starts off okay. but then you get distracted by trying to do something that's impossible, right? If they're under tower, like if there's a purple buff and they're under tower, just take the farm. You're a Kali. If you hit your two, nothing happens. I don't think he dies. Even if you hit that two and you do AA cancels perfectly, I'm pretty sure he lives. Even if he jumped, that jump was weird by him, but I'm pretty sure he still lives. Okay, so for future, just for now, for Kali, you want to only use your two when you're blinking on someone, or when you're just threeing them. You shouldn't be throwing these blind twos. It's the same argument I had with the Bastet ult. You shouldn't be throwing this without setup. Your three is for setup, your blink is for setup. Stop trying to throw random twos around, because that is a big portion of your burst damage. I mean, he kind of killed himself, but... You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure that pull actually killed you. I think if you didn't use any pull, you live. I think you could have just jumped over wall. I mean, yeah, both of your builds are pretty bad right now for what you're building into. I'm not sure about the straight edge rush on Thanatos into Toxic Blade. That just seems really troll from Thanatos. I guess rushing straight edge isn't the worst thing. It's just really weird considering Yodins and Crusher are really good items on Thanatos. Honestly, any cheap penetration item is way better to rush. Now, see how it's actually taking you longer to clear the speed buff right now? It's because you're building into the wrong item. It doesn't give you a good curve, Hasten. Especially when you're this far behind. Like, who are you trying to stick to right now? I know it's the bots. It's probably whoever's doing the build's fault, but... I mean, sometimes you have to just critically analyze for the situation. Like, hastened is just something you blink on someone and you're just, like, trying to stick to them. If you stick to someone here, are you going to kill them, is the question. You don't have Quinn size damage. You don't have the necessary attack speed to kill people right now. But I am definitely going to bring that up with, which... Ooh. Okay, let's watch this again. You're flicking your camera too hard. He's stunned. You should be able to get this off, right? So another thing is you are flicking your camera a bit too hard. Let's watch this one more time. He's stunned. Just look at him. Like that. This random flick, like, unneeded. Right? I think you might be dead. Yep. That was a good ultimate by the Atlas. I would always get beads as opposed to Aegis, even if they have a Thanatos. Like if you're in execute range, you should be able to use your ultimate, because your ultimate he can't execute you during it. So yeah. But blink or beads are necessary because you want to like take some CC and just W hold people late game. Alright. Also, why do you keep on making your mark Bologna? Bologna's a counter to you. I want to see the build right now. All right. I mean, I get why you were targeting blown up, but she's 5-1 now. The person on your team, on their team, you should be targeting is either the Thana, which you should be targeting the Thana with this atrocious build he has, or the Uller. Like, you see Thana's level 12, you want to catch out their jungler, right? He is probably the most squishiest person there. I'm not sure if they're sweating. Oh, is he sweating bullets? Possibly? I'm not sure. I mean, if he says so, you know, I take his word. He's doing some good plays, so possibly. See how long it's taking you to clear these now, as opposed to early? That's not due, well, slightly due to how you're clearing, but mostly due to itemization. I'm not sure. She is your counter. However, you should still be able to kill here. You could have still killed. Atlas used his abilities. You have hastened. You can still stick. And just in case, like, you have your ultimate, right? You should be aggro here. Nice. You should have been aggro way earlier, but it's fine that you wait for your team. Just if they were smart, they could have just immediately backed up. Remember, Kali could do very risky things due to her ultimate. At this point, your Thoth is kind of poked out. I would not pursue this more. Like, I would just not pursue that fight further due to neutrals. Again, when he was stunned, you didn't throw your 2. It doesn't matter if he's using a relic because there's bleed damage afterwards. It's better than entirely missing it and putting it on a longer cooldown. That was a good stun. You saved your Thoth's life. Not sure for how long, though. Yep. Good snipe. Run away, run away. You don't win that. Don't jump her. Yeah. I mean, you have enough mana for your ult. You have to be wary of your mana bar. But if that was me on that Chung, and if I saw you do that, I would just immediately spam my abilities on you. 2 abilities kill you, as you just saw. But at this point in the game, you shouldn't need mana potions, right? You should have enough mana during these fights. Unless you're not backing properly. Again, your target should either be Thanatos, or it should be Uller, right? It should not be the god that completely counters you. Even if you get an opportunity to kill her, which would be great, you already had 1. The other 2 are way easier to kill, get them off the map, and force a 5v4 then, right? At this point in the game, I would not do Scorpion here. I would not put this off the map. I would do the blue buff, and I would push this entire lane, right? Your Kali, you want gold, you want XP. So if you go for the Scorpion, it's going to be a mistake. Why put Fire Giant on the map right now? You're not online as Kali yet, so I'm not sure about putting this on the map. Also, remember your 2 gives you lifesteal if you ever want to use it for health. You should be getting this entire wave here. That's just huge for you. Remember, if your soul lane isn't right, like, why are you backing instead of clearing that? There's no one getting that experience. You are farming very inefficiently right now. The good news is your team is carrying and you got Quinn size now, so you should be able to do damage. Like at this point in the game, you should definitely be able to run down Uller or Thanatos with no problem. Arguably, you could do it to Chung too, but Chung's slightly harder. Bologna, if she has no block stacks. Honestly, anyone on their team on. You just need to make sure they don't have their ultimates. You need to ban out their ultimates before fully committing to them. That's good. What are you doing? Why are you stopping? See, this is the main problem I have right now. I do that too sometimes. When I try to blink, I auto. Alright, you have hastened, and you're autoing him, right? Why are you looking to jump on him? Just keep on autoing him. Your autos do more than your jump. You have Quinn size, and you have Crusher. You want to stick to him, so if you keep on autoing him, he dies 100% of the time. Stop looking for this jump. Stop doing that. Just don't use your jump for DPS, even if they're at like 1. Use your jump to get away safely. Use your jump for other things, to chase people. You already had him locked, right? You already had the Thanatos locked down with your auto attacks because you have hastened and you have Quinn size. Or mostly because you have hastened. Just follow wherever he goes because he really can't slow you efficiently. So if he silences you, you still have your auto attacks. You keep on autoing him. You dive him under tower for a second. You match his movement speed because you have hastened. Like, it's just... You need a lot of work on Kali. Again, you're jumping in place. You are guaranteed dead now. For one, going back in at that low of HP, like, I don't think you could burn anyone there. For two, you're using your only escape on full HP Chung when you're 72 health. That's just a very bad decision. Shouldn't have been that close, but that was definitely a bad decision. Possibly if you kept on auto-attacking her instead of jumping, you might have killed her. Because for the frame where she hit you, you could probably jumped on her, right? Let's see what your team does here. But yeah, one of the main things I want to urge is, as Kali, going into the mid game, your primary DPS are your auto attacks. You shouldn't be continuously using your jump for DPS. Your autos are doing more. You're like crippling. It's like shooting yourself in the foot right now. It's not how you play Kali. Unfortunate. At this point, just do the entire jungle. Check if they're doing Pyromancer. Just keep pressure on the left side of the map right now. Alright, you know they're not on Pyro. Honestly, I would do Pyromancer if I were you. I would just immediately go on Pyro. Because if they're in the left, like, that's a free Pyromancer right there. Do you recognize? Alright, yeah, you do recognize. I would also use your 3 for more damage. Remember, it gives you power, right? So it's going to help you clear that a lot quicker. And you know they're all on the right side of the map right now. remember, but even before committing to something, sometimes even if you can't hit your 3 is very useful for just the power it gives. Also, I may be mistaken, but I am pretty sure you could cancel out the Pyromancer's explosion with your stun. I know you could displace him with some gods. I'm pretty sure Kali's one of them who could actively interrupt the Pyromancer's chain. I may be wrong, however. I'm pretty sure once upon a time that was possible. Alright. Guard the red buff so they don't get it. And that Blona has to use all. Oh, well, we're not gonna speak about that. You just got body blocked by minions. Jesus, she didn't even have time to ult. You got so much from Blona there. I would just immediately call fire here. This is definitely a fire call. You killed the strongest player on their team. You still have one of your relics. This should be a fire call from the jungler or support right now. Like, what are you doing? Are you gonna siege right now? I don't think you siege properly. Unless you kill Uller. I mean, if Uller jumps up, like, why not? No, in a higher level game, I don't think it would be possible to siege, but it might be right now. Jesus, you guys are gonna have Phoenix. Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, the Uller kind of threw that by wasting half of his HP. Usually that would just be fire, towers, and then reset. And then for Phoenixes. Yeah, now they're... I mean, arguably with Bologna, they have a better fight than with Chang. I feel like Bologna's doing more for diving the backline. However, it's 5v4. You guys should still win this, right? You guys are setting up an ambush. You're playing corner. That's really good. What? Wait, why did you look that way? You just stunned. On your should... Yeah, he jumped. Alright. Alright, let's do this. Aegis? And jump away. You're out. You're out. Well, why did you stop your back? You don't have the HP for this. You just wanted to reset. So the biggest problem I saw there is Thoth stunned the Blona, and at that point, if you hit Blona, Blona has to use her ultimate, right? Uller already burnt everything he had there. By going on to Uller, Blona doesn't have to burn as many things, and Thoth just used his dash. That means they could turn. I don't think the prioritization there was correct from your team, or you. I feel like if you guys want to go on the Uller, Thoth, Shay, and Dash, and you should all 5 collectively go on the Uller. Alright, that Chong's dead. You missed 2 auto attacks there, but I'm pretty sure you die anyways. Yeah, I mean, his build's just not good. Your endgame build is good, that's what matters. Right? You had some hiccups along the way, but your endgame build is what matters. You should be able to run down squishies. Especially once you get that charaded, you should be able to run down anyone. That was good by the Uller. Or it was less from good from Uller and just really bad from Onir lazy backing. That Onir not Onir, that Achilles has ultimate right there. When the Blona started auto attacking him, I would probably auto attack the Blona back because get her in execute range, could possibly kill her or bait out her ultimate or sprint. You could bait out something there. Achilles definitely being way too afraid. What are we doing here? So you're not like no one has wards right now, which is pretty weird. By the way, you definitely get rated over mannequins. Yeah, you guys should have backed and gotten word coverage. In these types of games, that's a huge. Remember, they picked it back up. You see, they picked it back up with that ability. Yep, that is the power of wards. In my opinion, you got the wrong item here. Straight edge, way more valuable. But the main thing you guys did wrong there is that you didn't ward up Fire Giant when you went back there, right? They probably have Vision on Fire, which is why Thantos immediately killed you, and you guys have 0 pressure. So you're just standing in a choke point waiting to die. So for the late game, you should have wards coverage here, 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 and sometimes here too, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are the main spots. 1 right here. Well, I'm gonna make this very simple. All right. 1, 2. This is hard to see with this map. 3 and 4. These should be what you're warding. If you want to ward here as well, you can. If you want to ward here to see either come from mid, you can. If you want to ward here to see either come from solo, you can. But these are not priority wards, right? These are just situational wards, right? I'm gonna make these a different color because they're not a priority. There we go. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6, 7. These are orange is situational, and blue you should always have these wards. Sometimes here you want to do it a bit to the left. Arguably, it can be to the left here. But anyways, let's watch the rest of this game. You guys should still win this game. You have a late game Kali. You have a Phoenix. I don't see you guys losing this. Bullard's way out of position. He should immediately die. Nice. I guess do Gold Fury, and after that, you should be pushing out this lane, getting tower. So you want to push out the right lane and get tower. I'm not sure, like, as I said the other day, you're just not being decisive with any of your decisions. Like, you're not making any calls on your team, and your teammates don't know how to play the game that good, right? You should be calling. You see, they have fire minions. This is why they're clearing this. Like, there's no call to go on the Atlas. There's no stun on the Atlas. But the biggest thing is, you should be doing what Onyard's doing. You should be pushing right, or you should be pushing left. You prioritize right over left, though, just because, for one, Ullr's down, and for two, it is the opposite side of the Fire Giant. So this Phoenix is the most valuable Phoenix in the game, right? So right now, you're just AFKing, you're waiting for them to farm up, you're not forcing anything. And this is mostly, it's not your team's fault, it's your fault. You're just not calling anything. It's also, you could say it's collectively everyone's fault, but you're the one who's trying to improve, you should be calling right. You see these minions are pushed up here. So what are you guys doing in mid? The fire minions will push themselves up. They are not going to get mid Phoenix. Just 5-man group to the right, get this tower, and get the objectives off the map. Or get the structures off the map is the better wording for it. Stop wasting your jump. Only jump for when you're like trying to run at someone, right? And they use an escape ability. You're jumping ahead of them. You could jump on them, but naturally you want to jump ahead of them, right? So you get your 3 stun off because then they have to go backwards, and then they probably run into your team or take a very weird route that will end up getting them killed. Unfortunate. I mean, you missed the stun there, but I mean, people miss abilities. It's just a part of, just practice, really. And this is game. GG. Your Omnier carried the late game. Alright, things I want to mostly say is one, uh, the first issue is how you clear, right? You're clearing inefficiently in most of these games. Every god has a slightly different way of clearing, and Kali is no exception to this. You're autoing, you're going a bit to the left, you're throwing your knives, and then you circle around. Because throwing your knives at one of the camps or two of the I'm back. Well, it's just not efficient. Apologies for the interruption. My microphone cut out for a moment. The second thing you need to work on is probably your decision making. Like if they're under tower and you can't gank, you can't like just jump in front of them and say, "Hey, use abilities on me." The better thing to do is if you see a camp, you invade. If not, you wait. If not, you back up and you do your jungle. You're a Kali. You perform way better in the late game than you do in the early game, or even in the mid game. I would say her mid and late game are arguably the same, performance wise. The third thing you have to do is ward coverage. You had 0 wards that game and it got you killed. So I already said where you should ward, and now you know like you have to communicate with your team where they should be properly warding, pinging on the map. The fourth thing is communications and looking where your teammates are at. Don't do an impossible gank if you know your teammates aren't there. And the fifth and last thing I want to go over is probably your indecisiveness. As I said in the last two videos, you got a mid Phoenix, and now you have Fire Minions pushing, and you guys are all just chilling in mid, right? You're not doing anything. You're waiting for your opponents to make a mistake. Instead of waiting for your opponents to make a mistake, there's a right tower. The wave is pushed up in the right. Get the right tower and force a Phoenix siege, right? Instead of giving them opportunity to farm up and then wait for their mid Phoenix to respawn, you have to be making these decisions a lot sooner and a lot quicker if you want to go up in, I would say, your performance. Anyways, that was my VOD review, and I hope you have a wonderful day.